Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 2v2v2v2 match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. I'm starting in the bottom left position playing as the Soviets. So in this game we're in fixed positions, so I know my teammate is to the right of me, so therefore I'm going to be scouting to the north first of all, because that's the first place I could get attacked from by my enemies. I'm also sending some to the middle, and I'll also send some infantry to the right. We can see my teammate there. Currently, he's built only a small power plant, so doesn't have a barracks at the moment. And now we're just getting these infantry set up, just so no enemy scouts can get inside my base. And there's my ore refinery, and I'm going to build a silo because I will be mining some gems early on. And now I'm going to get my first war factory out. And there we can see my teammate. He's actually opted to go for an ore refinery and not a barracks, which I think is a big mistake. You should always build a barracks, so you do want to get some scouting done and also to be able to defend from any early attacks. Because what could have happened is the person in the bottom right could have built 20 infantry, sent them over and destroyed him. So that's a little bit of a mistake there. You can see him building a large power plant now. But I've got some infantry over there, doing a little bit of scouting myself, just to unveil some of that terrain so we can see any attacks that may be coming. In this early game, I want to get as much of the map revealed as possible, just to give us an advantage later on, just so we can see what's going on in different parts of the map. And obviously, it's going to be quite limited because there are 8 players in this, so I will only be able to go so far, but I'll be able to get quite a bit of the middle uncovered, and I've got a bit of the map above me uncovered. I'm not expecting any really early attacks in these teams of 2 matches. Usually, people are a little bit more hesitant because when you attack one team, the other team could attack you while that's going on. And I think the team above me will probably be more preoccupied maybe with the teams to the right in the top middle. That's kind of what usually happens from this position. And I'm just doing a little, keeping on scouting. I'm also expanding my base to the right. I'll also hopefully be able to provide my teammate with a little bit of support there. And building another ore refinery to go on that ore patch. Even though my starting position is really good for the very early game because of the limited attack opportunities that other players have on me, it is a bit hard to expand out of, so I'm going to need to consider that in my expansion. I'm just having a look at my teammate there. He seems to have ore trucks going to the left ore patch, but he also had one going to the right ore patch, which may antagonise the player in the bottom right. So we have to hope that he doesn't decide to attack a bit early on, else I might need to... Yeah, he's got some tanks out there, but I think that ore truck going to that right ore patch, what I'd be more inclined to do is have your ore trucks going upwards and expand into that ore patch above Blue's base rather than to the right, because you are going to run into an opponent there. And sometimes in these teams of 2 games, one of the key things is just keeping out of trouble. And yeah, I'm just trying to get getting my 3rd war factory down. I'm going to build some more ore trucks just so I can keep up the production. I'm also going to build a service depot, and that's so I can build multiple MCVs, so I can start expanding to that middle patch and work from there. So there's my service depot out, and I think it was actually an infantry that got into my base there, unfortunately. So, and there you can see, yeah, that's an enemy. It's probably from a crate, I think, and you can see that green infantry getting into the bottom left of my base. But at least I'm getting a couple of MCVs out now, so even if I lose my construction yard at some point, and I need to be careful now because we can see that purple's coming with heavy tanks, so we'll need to fight this. It's probably not at the most ideal time, but I do seem to have the best tank numbers, and that's because I've been building extra MCVs, so I've been limiting my tank production. I'm also building a Tesla coil just in case I was going to get attacked there, and we've got that down for a little bit more defence. And now I'm going to have my 3rd construction yard deployed, so I'm going to be in a better position, going to be able to build some Teslas. And we can see there's red there also, and I think he's on the same team, I think, to purple. So I do need to be very, very careful. At least I've got these extra defences so far, but now we're going to go up and let's see if we can catch purple. I've got my... Oh, and yep, I was a bit late there. And we can see Sayan coming in to the right. And yeah, it looks like my teammate has unfortunately lost a construction yard. It depends if he has a war factory left though. I am sending some troops over his way, but maybe I was too late there. too preoccupied with the teams above me and missed out on what was happening there. We can see that green's in the attack as well. So we've got green and Sayan doing a combined attack. And my tanks are coming, but they may be just a little bit too late, unfortunately. And now I'm going to be expanding to that middle part of the map. You can see there's Sayan, there's green in there with medium tanks, and Sayan then in there with heavy tanks. Those medium tanks are in decent numbers though, and my heavy tanks, I've not got brilliant numbers at the moment. I've got like okay, but I've got good production as well, and now I'm in that middle ore patch, but the fight is going on here. We can see that green is almost taken out, and I will be able to destroy those last remaining medium tanks. It depends on, is Sayan going to go for a full attack on my base? This could be big trouble for myself. And all I'm doing at the moment is I'm trying to expand that economy in that middle. And now Sayan's coming into the fight, but it looks like he's got other things to worry about, and he's pulling back to his base. Because what they have to be careful is not to overcommit on my side of the map and be vulnerable for attack on their side. But my teammate is unfortunately out of the game. I can also see that Team 2 have been wiped completely out of the game. So now it's their like peculiar position, because there's 3 teams left. There's me with one, I've only got myself playing. And the other 2 teams have both got 2 players playing, so I have to be sort of like careful, but I don't know, because those teams should technically go for each other, because they're the ones with like each with 2 players left. If they go for me, then the team that goes for me will probably lose this game. So I might be in a, like, it depends on how, like, I'm always going to be against 2 players probably in the end. We'll have to wait and see. But now I'm expanded towards this middle part. I've got a pretty good economy going. I've got 4 war factories producing now. So I will be producing a large number of tanks. Construction complete. And I'm just going to keep on expanding my economy in this part. What I need to be careful of is I don't want to expand too far into the middle. If I go too far into the middle, then I will be vulnerable. Well, if I go too far into the middle, I'll sort of like wedge myself in between the 2 teams, because I think it's the teams in the top left and the teams in the bottom right that are still like playing this. So I don't want to like get myself in between, because then they'd both have to fight through me. And now we can see that purple has some tanks and he's above me. So I'm just taking my tanks to the left, in case he attacks. And you can see I've got a decent number now. They're building up rapidly now that I've got 4 war factories, which is quite a good number to go on. And you can see I've even got economy to spare, so I could even possibly think about going to 5 war factories if I want to later on. And I might want to build, and also the other option, of course, is to build more construction yards. I'm going to go for that 5th war factory. The reason I say more construction yards is because if I get more construction yards, my building speed will be faster, and I'll use more resources when I'm building things like Tesla coils and things like that. But now we've got that 5th war factory, I'm going to produce some more MCVs so I can get that faster building speed. We could also see Sayan to the right of me, and that's the thing at the moment. I've got purple above me, I've got Sayan to the right of me. I don't know who's going to attack first, or if they're going to attack at all for that matter. So at the moment I'm just getting a few more base defences out, getting some Tesla down, which do great damage against tanks, although they're not very good on their own because they get taken out quite easily because I have low HP. So I've got these extra 2 construction yards now, and I'll just deploy them probably in my base. I've got a couple of Tesla at the front of my base, and I think at the back of my base currently is the safest place. The only, yeah, I'm trying to think of like why it might not be safe. It could possibly, if someone chronoed a tank, MCV in there and did an attack, Tanya attack from there, or helicoptered Tanya's in, but I'd probably say if it was a helicopter, because I like a lot of the map's uncovered, so it'd be quite hard to sneak that in. And now I'm just having a look there. We can see that there's a bit of movement from green there, and it depends on whether they're going to intend on attacking me or not. And now we can see that purple is coming down, so I'm going to try and get my tanks into position. I do have a few Tesla in place, so hopefully they'll buy me some time, and we'll have to wait and see. I think that purple might be pulling back. So those Tesla doing a great job at deterring purple. And purple's thinking, no, if there's that many Tesla, I'm not going to try it. So those Tesla doing a good job there. And now we can see that green is pushing into the middle of the map. And it does look like there's a bit of a war going on in there. And that might be actually why purple retreated. Possibly what they saw is I saw green having an attack at the enemy and maybe Sayan also. And then purple's had to join in with red to defend against that attack there. So hopefully those two teams are doing a little bit of damage to each other. And it's given me a bit of respite for this moment. So I can keep on strengthening my defence and keep on developing my economy. Because the only thing is my economy around my base isn't going to last forever. And I am going to eventually need to push into that middle part of the map. We are over 10 minutes into this game now, so what I would expect is that most people's starting economies will start to be running a bit dry now, and that you'll see more and more players having to push into that middle section of the map, including myself. But we can see there's green, and I'm going to need to be a little bit careful here. But what I've done is I have had some time, and I've been able to build some Tesla defences in front of my base, so if they do go for the attack, then I'm going to at least have a little bit more to help with. The question is, how far do I want to put it? Because there are 4 other players in this game, so if I push right into the middle, I could get attacked by everybody. But at the same time, everyone's economies is going to be starting to weaken now. The starting position economies are going to be very weak, so everyone's going to need to go to the middle, and if a player can get stronghold in the middle, then it's going to starve all the other players out. But now green's coming in. Now we'll see what green has at the moment. It doesn't appear to be much, and you can see those infantry pulling back. I've just got too many tanks there for green to be able to handle. And I need to see, am I going to get attacked from the north? I'll have to wait for that, because you can see that purple look like they might be coming in at the moment, and I'm just going to have to push right into the middle now and just hope for the best. Hope the other teams don't have the armies available to fight. And you can see me building a bit more of a stronghold into that left position, because I see that left position as a bit of a, I don't know, it's very close to purple's base, so they could easily get like a very quick attack without me having much time to react, and that's why it's so important I have a lot of Tesla in that position. And you can see now my tank's absolutely in a bit of a mess, and that's what's damaging my economy actually, those tanks blocking those ore trucks. I'm just having to decide where I'm going to take them and what I'm going to do right now, because it's quite a crucial part of the game. It doesn't look like any other teams currently are right in the middle of the map with the base, so that's quite good for me at the moment. But I'm going to have to get these tanks really sorted out so that my ore trucks can actually do the job and start mining, because they're all jammed at the moment. But my economy is building up. I think I've paused in building tanks for a second there. But I'm going to need to sort these tanks out first. I'm surprised so far that we haven't had a large-scale attack. But now I'm going to fully commit to the middle part of the map. I've got my ore refineries there now, and there's no turning back now. The question is, does any of the other teams have any big armies? And I'm just, I've got like loads of tanks at the moment. I've got like 5 war factories working, so that's really good. I've got loads of Tesla in my base as well, so I've got a massive tank army. I've got good Tesla defences. We'll have to wait and see, is anyone going to be able to challenge for this? There are 4 other teams in this, and decent players. But you can see all those teams, all those ore trucks, are now having to go to the middle of the map, and I'm there. So red losing some ore trucks there. You can see Sayan and green with the ore trucks to the right of my base. And I'm just getting more and more Tesla down. And just less and less of this map is available to the other teams to mine. And it looks like they're having some real struggles right at the moment. I've got tanks all over my base. And now it looks like green are starting to bring more troops in. But the question is, do they have enough? And the only thing for me to do is keep on expanding, keep on building Tesla, and just strengthen my defences more and more, and make sure I have control over all the ore patches so that I can keep on building and my opponents are starved of resources. And yeah, you can see those ore trucks coming in now and getting absolutely annihilated by those Tesla. I've got loads of Tesla inside my base, so whatever angle my opponents attack me from, I'm going to have defences in all those positions. We can see now green coming in. He's got lots of infantry, interestingly, but I don't know. Oh, and Sayan is attacking also from the north. So green and Sayan doing a combined attack, and purple coming in from the left. So they're all going to try and attack me at once. Let's see. The question is, can I hold? Do I have enough tanks? And do I have enough Tesla and defences? I guess infantry can do quite well against Tesla, because each Tesla can only kill 1 infantry at a time. So we'll have to see if we can defend against this. But you can see my tank numbers are definitely greater than all of them combined. And I've also got Tesla on the defence. You can see purple now pulling back. Sayan has managed to do a bit of damage with green. But I've still got my Tesla there. I've still got a lot of tanks there. And it looks like the attack has failed. And this is looking very good for me at the moment. You can see Sayan pulling back. That Sayan ore truck being destroyed. And yeah, I don't think there's like anyone with that many resources left. I think that like Sayan and green probably have the best, probably in the best position at the moment. So they might be the team to attack first. I'm just having to think. I haven't seen much from red at all this game. So unless red's got like a big army hiding in the back, which I don't think he probably has, I think Sayan and green are going to be the most dangerous here. And you can see now purple's like obviously realised that he's going to need to attack me. Sayan and green have both realised they're going to need to attack me. The question is where do I attack first? What I'm trying to do now though is get control of this ore patch to the bottom of my base, and also to the ore patch to the top right of my base, because Sayan could mine off that. And now we can see that purple, I think they're trying to find a different angle to attack me. But yeah, I think angle... oh, there's red as well. So red do have definitely some resources. And I think red might be fighting with Sayan at the moment. So we'll have to have a look at that. But what we'll do is we'll try and destroy those red ore trucks for now. And yeah, you can see that ore patch to the right of me has been all used up now. And we can see those purple tanks grouping together in the top of my base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for attack, try and clear them off, while I strengthen my position on the right side with Tesla. And you can see those purple tanks now pushing back, but now we're trying to push in and just get rid of them. And as we do that, we're just going to need to strengthen our base. We can see there's quite a few Tesla there from purple, but we're just destroying the rest of the army. And I've got enough tanks at the moment. I've also got a really good economy. I might have stopped building tanks for the time being, but now we're going to push in, take out those Teslas, and take out those tanks as well. And I think anything, well, if we could just do enough damage here, I think that's going to be purple virtually out of the game, because anything they lose now, they're not going to really be able to replace, I don't think. And you can see those two ore trucks, because they don't have the funds anymore, I don't think. Those war factories don't look like they're producing right at the moment. And now we're going to start taking out that construction yard. I wonder how many construction yards purple has at this point in the game. It's possible that's only one. And if it is, then they're going to have nothing to really build with anymore. And we can see a heavy tank being produced there, but I think they are unlimited funds at this point. And we're just going to try and take out these couple of war factories. And yeah, it does look like the base, there isn't much more to it, I don't think. I'll take out that ore refinery, but now we can see that Sayan is coming down for the attack on my base, so I'm going to need to bring possibly these tanks back. I think I've done enough damage to purple for the time being, and we're just going to bring everything in at the moment and just defend this spot here, because I think this is really the main ore patch that Sayan can use now. And you can see them taking out some of my ore trucks, but I'm not too bothered about that at this point. My economy is going really well, and I've got a lot of tanks coming in. So we're going to try and defend this from Sayan. And Sayan, you can see, it's a decent attack, but he just doesn't have the tank numbers to fully go in. And I've just got too many Tesla back in my base. So if he pushes like past my first line of defence, I've got a second line of defence, I've got a third line of defence. There's just... not too much you can do. They need to have an absolute huge number of tanks at this point in order to break through. And you can see my tank numbers have built up to... I've obviously got a very big army at the moment. And now we're starting to push in to Sayan's base. We'll have to see what damage we can do. I think it's going to be Sayan we go for now, because purple is pretty much out of the game. I haven't seen much from red. I don't know, they might have a decent army back. I think green have attacked me a number of times. I don't think their army's too big at the moment. It does look like green have heavily invested in Tesla, which is going to make it a little bit more tricky, because Tesla is very good against tanks. But they do have very low HP, so considering he doesn't have many tanks defending, I should be able to take them out without too much issue. And you can just see my tank numbers at the moment. They're far bigger than Sayan. I can't see him being able to stop me. Yeah, this green again going for the infantry attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be building some flame towers. Because I think he's going for infantry attack because he knows that they can take out Tesla more easily, possibly. Unless he doesn't have a war factory. So I'll have to find out that. We'll have to see where he decides to go for. Is he going to go for the bottom part of my base? Or is he going to go for the middle of my base? Even with like all these infantry, I think the Tesla will still probably be able to deal with them. But we'll need to build some flame towers just in case. Yeah, I've only got 2 Tesla, I guess, defending that bottom point. So now we're going to go for the attack on Sayan. We can see he's got a mighty army of Tesla there. But we're going to be able to hopefully push through. I'm just going to need to be careful and view what Green's doing at the moment. But some of those Tesla going down. But you can see the numbers of Tesla there. They are great. But he hasn't got that many tanks defending. And he'll need a lot more in order to take me out. So now I'm just going to try and take out a bit of a Tesla fortress here for all the teams. Because it is a long way into the game. And Green attacking me with tanks. But I think those Tesla and Flame Tower are going to be able to deal with that. As I push into Sayan's base even further. We'll have to see. I wonder if he has more Tesla at the top of the map. But I think this will be his main starting position. So possibly this will be the most guarded part of his base. And I do expect to see some Tesla further up north at the moment. But now we're just going to try and take out some of these main buildings. Get rid of some of these ore refineries. And go for some of these war factories as well. And hopefully find some construction yards soon. I would expect Sayan to have a construction yard just to the right of here. But I can't see one at the moment. Maybe he's deployed elsewhere. So we'll take out that Tesla up there. And now we'll start pushing up to the top right position of the map. That looks to be the place he's expanded to. And we can see him bringing some more troops down. So I think he's definitely got something up there. He's probably expanded there when the team there got destroyed early on in the game. So now we're expanding up to this north part. We're taking out these large power plants, which he's expanded up. And I think that's Sayan. I think most of Sayan's base is gone now. Yeah, and I'm just having a bit of a look up here. And it looks like he's expanded further south more. So I'm going to need to probably go for that position for next. You can see him bringing some infantry in now. I'm just trying to rebuild what he destroyed in that top part of the map. We can see the top part of the map, all the map's bare now, apart from some of the parts in the middle. So I think it's going to be obvious that all teams are going to have very little resource left. And unless Red has a big army back there, it looks like it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to do anything at the moment. But again, we'll run into another wall of Tesla. But this time we've got Green helping Sayan. But he's only got a few tanks left. And it looks like all the teams at this stage are pretty much spent up. And you can see my army's still reasonably large. Although that Tesla did obviously take its toll. And now we're just pushing further down. We can see that Green has also got some base defences, but they're playing as the allies, so their base defences are going to be nowhere near as strong as mine. I can also see that Red is allies, so it's not like he's going to have a big Tesla fortress in the top of the map. And we're just pushing further and further up. I've got some Tesla there, which are going to hopefully be able to destroy those purple ore trucks. And now we're pushing further down into Sayan and Green's base. We'll have to see what they've got here. More Tesla, surprise, surprise, but we do seem to be getting quite close now. And there's, you can see Sayan's construction yard, and we can see they're selling up now. I think that's Sayan out of the game. So now we're going to push, just destroy Green's buildings. It doesn't look like Green have too much left either. You can see they had an attempt there to expand to the middle of the map. But obviously it was halted earlier on in the game. And that's Sayan officially out of the game. I can see that Green's got some buildings here. They've got a war factory there, but it doesn't look like they have much left at all. And it does look like Green are now officially out of the game. So now it's to the top of the map, and just to see what the other two teams have left. But I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be much. We don't see any Green expansions to the middle of the map. And I haven't seen much of them this game, but I did see some ore trucks on this middle ore patch, so they might have a little bit of left. But I think Red were attacking the team to the middle left, Sayan, most of that game. So now it's just a case of destroying on everything, taking it to the top, and see if there's anything they have to respond with. I think this Ooh, there was actually quite a decent economy left here. Surprisingly, I think they were limiting the auto-trucks on that, but they don't have the army to fight, it doesn't look like. And we're going to be able to take red out of the game. I think the thing about this game was it was 3 teams. 2 teams had 2 players, so they attacked each other. And then I just kept on growing and growing and growing. And I think the other teams didn't expand as much either. I think like they needed to expand to the middle of the map more. If there'd been like a big fight in the middle of the map with bases, it might have been different. But then I just got too much of a stronghold. I got too many Tesla. And it was just no team could battle the way through. And we saw in the middle part, like 3 teams tried to attack me at once. And it just wasn't enough. I think Red possibly attacked the other teams too much and didn't focus on myself, because I think you could see Red works like just across the top of the map. So they were trying to expand to the top right, I think. And yeah, I just got too large. And then, yeah, it was downhill for the other teams from there. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.